this is Lori with the long-awaited text video that I've been planning to make. I'm going to show you some very specific things that you can now do with Artisan 5 very easily. I've made a paragraph with a few different sentences, and I'll be using this here and there. The first thing I want to show you, though, has to do with a shape. And if you wonder how to fill a shape with a text, so in this case the camera, there's a couple of things that you have to do first. One is, if I just were to try to say text and I were to try to format and fill the shape with a text at this point, it's going to fill it in an entire square, even if part of that is not inside the element that you want to do. So I'm just going to cancel. The thing that you have to do first is the outliner. When you do the outliner, now you can right mouse text, format, and you can say fill the shape with a text, and it will be inside exactly where you want it to be. I'm going to say OK on this and click to edit the text, and I'm just going to say camera. I'll select that, I'll copy, and I'm going to paste in a few times. So the cool thing about this is that now I have a shape in the shape of whatever was below it, and I can work with this shape to do what I want. So if I don't want this gray underneath, I can go to my fill and say make transparent, and now I have everything invisible behind it. If I didn't want the outline, I can go to stroke and say none, and now I've just got that. So maybe I don't want all of the design on the shape that I have going on. I can, here's my sample box in case you're wondering where it is. I could make that whole thing solid and pull my text shape on top of it if I were to want to. I'm going to undo and undo just so I have my real camera back. Also, if I wanted to put words outside this shape, I could right mouse shape and right mouse text, and I could format again, and now I could say position text along the shape. And when I do that, it's going to push it to the outside. When I push it to the outside, I can do some new choices under positioning where I could reverse the path direction, and now that flips it so that it's actually inside. I'll reverse it again. If I had a sentence and I needed that sentence to begin in a certain area, I could change the placement on my path. And if I had only one word, so had I typed only the one word camera, I could say repeat. And in this case, because I typed it and copy and pasted many times, I don't need to bother with that. Position on the path with the baseline, top of the letters or middle of the letters, will just shift it within where it wants to be. But what I like to do is the more options and to change my relief. So I can push it in or out by visually seeing what I'm looking at. Now, if I'd like to see my outline specifically, I can put a stroke back on, and now when I do text and format, I can go open more options, and I can change my relief and push it within and without of the shape. I can also change the spacing between the words and the letters so that it moves over. And there's a lot of different things that I can play with within this box. I'm just going to OK that for the moment. Another question that has come up, besides just working with the element itself, is how to move the shape of the text around the shape of the element. And of course, we all know that with Artisan 5, we could bring this to the front, We could right mouse, we could say text wrapping and element shape, and it would push it out around. But when it does that, you don't have control, or you don't have as much control over where things go. So what I am very happy with now is being able to manipulate the shape myself by taking the text box, right mouse, shape, edit shape. And when I do this, I always take my straight lines and I make a new point at the beginning and the end of where I want to be able to change it. And then I'll just go grab this furthest point and I will start clicking, making points that push the text out around my element. And that gives me a lot more control about where the words actually set themselves. So you can absolutely change that shape to make it match up how you want it to. I'm going to OK this. And you can see now that if I move my camera, it does not shift the shape below it at all, which is one of the benefits. So as I make a change in my shape, and maybe I want to go back, shape, and edit shape some more, I can definitely do that. It stays manipulatable, how's that for a word, however I want it to be. A couple of other things, let me hit cancel there. Say I have certain words that I want to be bold or a different color. I can grab those words and I can do that right here in the box by just dealing with those particular words that I have highlighted. That doesn't work if you try to do it in the quick access toolbar, but it does work here when you have this panel on the right side open. I'll just cancel that. One other thing I'd like to show you is if you have elements that are angled and you want the word to be angled within it, you want to put something for text that angles with it. If you right mouse, properties, you can look at the angle, in this case minus 21 degrees. I can insert a new text box. Maybe what I want to put in it is the date. I can't even believe that it is already May 1st. I can, of course, make whatever changes that I would like to my font and my text. And then I can right mouse properties and I can type in negative 21 degrees and OK. And now it's lined up exactly the same. So I don't have to worry about that not matching or guessing to where it's going to be. Some different fun things that you can do with your text. You might have known some of those, but hopefully you picked up a few tips along the way. Have a great day.